1, 2, 3.
Quite sure why that's so funny.
So much effort went into that.
Okay, are we ready?
Yes. Go on,
Are we
Ben.
warm?
I'm warm.
What about these lights? Should they make any difference, do they?
Right, introduce
Should
yourself.
they make any difference?
Introduce yourself.
MNU. MNU. Push-pull health. Push-pull health.
Yes.
Where do you find push-pull health? We always forget this. I know this is all about...
A menu.
Yes, correct. But we should mention push-pull health sometimes. Where can you find them, Fiona?
Well, you're always banging on.
Where can you find them? That's us. Where can you find us? Not them, it's us. No, it's me. It's not even us, it's me. I am push-pull health.
You're always banging on about the push-pull health studio. So I'm assuming that's where you find them. Find you.
Well, this is the studio.
Oh yeah. Kind of.
Turn the lights on. May I just put the lights and just face them in the opposite direction? They'd have the same effect.
Or just open the blinds. Be grand.
Or just have no lights. Just here in the dark. Yeah.
Anyhow, where can you find push-pull health?
All the social stuff.
The Facebook,
Yeah.
the Instagram.
Yeah. You'll find these episodes on YouTube.
Are you on the TikTok?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
with the kids on TikTok.
the what?
With the kids on TikTok.
Oh,
Love kids.
right. I'm assuming you mean my kids, my babies.
All kids.
Okay,
All kids.
right. I don't know what you're trying to get at, but I'm just going to ignore you.
I'm a TikToker.
TikTok.
Okay.
Let's go.
We failed to mention push-pull health. So to watch the full episode, to watch the full-length episode of this, go to YouTube. Then push-pull health.
Fine.
Got to advertise this stuff.
Yes.
Got to advertise it.
Well,
I know we've done in the past where we've overdone it. Just talked about lights and the camera and woes and push-pull health, but you have to at least mention it. Tell people where to go. Signpost it. MNU. Push-pull health.
Excellent. I now know where to find you. YouTube, Ben at Push-Pull Health. Thank you.
It's that camera, just when it's on, I'm just attracted to it like a magnet.
Oh, I know.
I just love the camera.
I know.
I love being in front of it. I love talking to it.
Yes.
So when you're here, I'm just...
You're conflicted about who to talk to.
I just love it.
Talk to the camera.
Okay, what have we got today? We've condensed more lectures. This was a lot of notes.
There is a lot of notes.
This is the hard part about these because these lectures from MNU are just so in-depth. Lots of information. So really, you need to be doing at least one episode per lecture. That's going to take a long time.
That's a lot of
We
editing.
don't have time.
That's a lot of editing, isn't it?
Graduation is exams are in September, I believe. So we're getting there. June next week.
Graduation's in November.
Exactly.
Can't wait for that.
So we've had to condense some myths and optimal health. So this is effectively 4 lectures into one episode. It's not ideal. It's not ideal, but
Needs must.
unfortunately,
Needs must.
we're not doing this full time yet.
No. Thankfully.
Long intro.
Very long.
So debunking diet myths, nutritional myths, and achieving optimal health.
How do you do that?
Can you? Well, you can debunk myths. That's not a problem. Can you achieve optimal health? What do you need to do to achieve optimal health? Is it possible? Is our mate Brian Johnson, is he the guy?
We'll leave
Has he
him till
solved it?
later.
Oh, okay.
We'll leave him till later.
A vampire, people call him, apparently.
He's just, an odd,
He's interesting.
yeah.
I'm glad he exists.
If you had, sorry, okay, I'm not gonna. I'll wait till later to give out.
Don't mind the first image there, Fiona. Ignore that was just about the blue zones, but we did actually cover some of that in the last episode.
We did.
So
Common nutritional themes.
Sorry? No, I just said ignore that image. So that's the image. Just talking about the blue zone stuff.
Then why is it in there if you want me to ignore it?
We've got 4 or 5 myths, lots of other myths. Just not the time. So I've picked 4 or 5. How many's here? 4 or 5? Okay, yeah, I think it's about 4 or 5. Cheers, thanks for clarifying. If we just go through those then. So myth number 1. This is myth 1. We're busting myths. MNU. Evidence-based research. Evidence-based practitioner. Evidence-based practice. This is what this is. This is evidence-based.
I'll evidence-based you in a minute.
This is busting myths for evidence.
Myth number 1. Vegetarians and vegans versus omnivores. The health-seeking illusion.
Some of this is ChatGPT. All my own notes. But when you feed it in, ChatGPT just can't help itself.
There is a quote there. That's not you. Observational data shows vegetarians appear healthier, but that's often because they're more likely to be health-seeking. When you compare them to health-conscious omnivores, people who don't smoke, move regularly and eat a balanced diet, their differences fade. Omnivorous dietary patterns are wildly in quality.
Vary.
While...
This is menu.
Omnivorous dietary patterns vary wildly in quality, making broad health comparisons less meaningful unless dietary behaviours and food quality are controlled for. Most observational studies group people who eat chicken salads with people who eat Rustler's burgers.
Being slightly facetious there, they do tend to get these types of people, which can then skew the data a little bit.
Of course, they know what they're looking for, and they're going to do everything they can to get the results that they want.
Well, be careful. Be careful.
I do apologise.
It's worth noting. It's worth putting it out there with these observational studies.
So the average omnivore tends to eat more processed meat, have lower fibre intake and eat fewer plants. Most omnivores aren't hitting their protein targets on salmon and lentils. They're hitting it on sausage rolls and late night kebabs.
Potentially. Do we need to discuss any of this, Fiona? You're just rattling all these notes off. They're fantastic. They are great.
Well, let me finish this instead of interrupting every 2 seconds.
Oh, right, okay.
Most studies are biased samples.
Most studies, so they're biased, yes.
Yes.
Biased, so they go to people. Where do they find these people? They're finding them in health stores.
Yes.
Yes. Of course, you assume people that are walking the aisles of health stores, Holland and Barrett's.
Oh, what's
probably
that
health seeking. Potentially health seeking. Looking for that extra 1% to maximise their health.
So what, they're just handing out flyers?
So it could be biased, couldn't it?
Take part of a study.
It could be biased.
Yes.
They're talking to these people. If they're in Holland and Barrett's, if they're in these health stores, chances are they're already doing a lot of this stuff. They're covering the basics. So they're just looking for the extra stuff. What additional supplement do I need? If I'm a vegan, do I need to start supplementing?
Do you?
Yes. We'll get into that in a second. Yeah, that's literally the next line.
Excellent. Oh, it's hard to do 2 things at once. The healthiest vegetarian and the healthiest omnivore are basically the same person, just with a different source of protein and the same multivitamin in the cupboard.
ChatGPT.
Bloody ChatGPT.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
They're not low, of course. They're not the same person. Lots of differences, of course. But
it's
if they're both health-seeking individuals following a lot of the same stuff, the fibre, high protein, minimising ultra-processed foods, moving, not smoking, minimal alcohol, what other stuff?
Everything. Less
what
stress.
other stuff do you deem someone who's
Sleep.
health-seeking?
Sleep.
Sleep, oh, of course.
Water.
Hydration, yes, you've got to have your water.
Hydration is key. Well,
It
important.
can be helpful, yeah, I would say.
Okay.
Drink enough.
Veganism is not inherently optimal. Without proper planning, you're likely to be low in B12, iron, omega-3s, iodine and calcium.
Potentially, yeah. Something to think about.
Yeah, but they take all these supplements, do they not? Surely to God.
Well, bloody hell, Fiona. You can't just say that, can you? I envision that a lot of people who have gone vegan, who are vegans, who are following a plant-based diet, might not be. The thing about the vegan diet is that it can be quite high in carbs.
Yeah.
So that might mean that a lot of people are not getting a good amount of protein into their diet.
But if they're low on B12 and iron, surely to God they're fatigued all the time and tired and knackered.
There might be. The reason why this is tiring is because you have to keep saying some people. It's not a blanket statement, is it?
No.
That's what tires me. No, it
You
is
look
tiring.
tired.
It's tiring. I know you have to clarify stuff. But if anything, it's even more tiring. Because this is evidence-based. This is evidence-based stuff. I just want to say that. But then you say something and I have to go, oh, well, no. Well, you can't just, like you just said. Well, surely. Well,
We'll just cut it out.
well, aren't all vegans doing this already? No. No, of course they're not. No, they're not all supplementing. They're not aware that they could be deficient. You see what I mean?
Yes.
So if you go vegan, it's like, well, as you're a vegan, I'm assuming you're doing this, right? I'm assuming you're covering all the bases with supplementation. Because if you're not eating a lot of foods, you might be deficient in this.
Well,
a lot of foods that you're
yeah.
cutting out, if you're not an omnivore, you might be missing calcium, B12,
Yeah, well,
iodine.
iron and
What do you mean? Well, I'm plant-based. I'm vegan. I'm healthy. Saving the planet. Fine. That's great.
what's your blood test say?
How are you feeling? I feel like shit, actually, yeah. Not feeling too good. Oh, right. Okay. Maybe we should look into that.
Interesting. Although it is difficult to single out specific reasons why people tend to lose weight on a plant-based diet, it is likely a combination of avoiding higher calorie animal products and calorie-dense fatty foods, an increase in dietary fibre and a focus on low-fat food items with low energy density, all of which together results in a decrease in calories consumed. Well, that makes sense.
No, again, careful, Fiona. What do you mean it makes sense? Oh, but that's quite a good line, isn't it?
Yeah.
Quite a good paragraph there.
Yeah, that's what I
Right.
mean. It's good. Makes sense.
Okay.
Perfect. No bother. Was that you or ChatGPT?
My notes, yeah.
Good. Excellent. Well done. It's good.
Right.
Hit the nail on the head there. Have to
Anything
say.
else to say? Anything else we need to clarify from that part? I'm aware that I put these notes down and you rattle them off and it's like, well, that's it, isn't it? I know we're against time as well, so it's hard to, every point that you make, it's like, right, let's talk about that in a bit more detail.
Yeah, but it's regardless of what diet you do, you have to ensure that everything in you're getting the right things for your body. Regardless of whether it's an omnivore diet or a plant-based diet. If you're on an omnivore diet, you might have low fibre. Whereas if you are in a vegan diet, you might have low iron levels or a low vitamin, whatever.
Yes, for the most part, the same stuff applies.
Yeah,
across
exactly.
The board.
That's what I mean. You have to make sure that you are supplementing in either diet
Well, maybe not.
to achieve optimal results.
You might not need to do any form of supplementation.
Well, it depends on what you're eating.
It just shows that if you are a vegan, chances are you might actually have to supplement.
Yes.
Because you might be missing. You might be missing. Chances are you could be. You might be. You might be missing the ones that we rattled off. But ultimately, the point of that was to say that just because you're vegetarian, well, this is vegetarians as well.
Yeah.
We talked about vegans, vegetarian. If you're vegetarian, if you're plant-based, vegetarians, vegans,
No meat.
it doesn't automatically mean that you're healthier than the average omnivore. But with these notes, with the studies, the average omnivore might be, for example, eating more processed meat, lacking fibre, low protein, not moving, smoking, drinking.
Yes.
It might not be a fair comparison to omnivores that are health-seeking.
Yes.
Right, okay.
I understand.
Excellent, that's good. That's lovely. That's a solid start.
That is.
Did
well
mention
done.
that I've got a new blazer on today. New blazer. The Batmans have gone.
Well done. The Adidas are out. No tie today.
No tie. No, I thought we'd just...
Chill. Smart cash.
Professional is the main thing.
Oh.
This is professional.
Myth number 2. Gluten.
I think we might...
Just let me talk. I'd have
I know,
the
I'm
first
just
sentence
like
done.
gluten. It's actually, it's really boring, actually. It's really boring.
Gluten, the convenient scapegoat. Unless you have celiac disease, which is around 1 to 2% of the population, gluten is not harmful. People feel better when they go gluten-free because they stop eating high FODMAP and highly processed foods like pastries, white bread, lasagna, beer and beige studge. Beige studge. I like it.
Okay.
I like
Yeah,
it.
you mentioned FODMAP there. We're going to FODMAPs here.
Go on, tell us what FODMAPs are, Ben.
It's there. It's there for you, Fiona.
Yeah,
It's there.
I'm not saying
Don't
all
worry
those
about
words.
all the saccharides. That's fine. We don't have to mention the saccharides.
So they're fermentable short strain carbs.
Strain, I think it's meant to be chain.
Well, it says strain. on
Chain,
this.
strain. Is it strain or chain?
Fermented short strain carbs.
Probably chain. Strain chain.
Same thing.
Kind of. Yeah. Similar.
Found in wheat, onions, garlic, apples, beans and other food. Causing bloating, gas, fatigue.
They can cause.
They can, yes. Celiacs often gain weight on a gluten-free diet due to a better nutrient absorption. Ancient grains often have more gluten, not less. What's an ancient grain?
Oh, sorry. This was based on going back to our ancestors.
Yes.
And,
yes.
for example, the paleo diet.
Oh, the paleo, that's later on.
Yes.
Okay.
But there are lots of people and studies apparently out there that say, well, ancient grains back in Paleolithic times had a lot less gluten in,
How?
which was a lot better for us.
Right.
And now all these grains have now got loads of gluten in, and that's what's causing all this problem for people. That's what's making them feel like crap. Then other studies have been done to show that, no, actually, sorry. In fact, ancient grains contained more gluten. I think they did tests on tools that were found in the ground from 100,000 years ago, which then all had grains that contained a high amount of gluten in them.
So a lot of studies are very conflicting.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, they can be.
You didn't lose weight because you cut gluten. You lost weight because you stopped eating beige, battered carbs all day.
That's ChatGPT.
I was just about to say.
I just leave it. It makes sense, doesn't it? It's fine.
You're not gluten intolerant. You just stopped living on garlic bread and noodles and now you feel less like a human being. Oh, ChatGPT.
It's fine, yeah. But you get the point.
Yeah, it is. Gluten-free alternatives are often more processed, higher in sugar and fat, lower in fibre and protein, and higher in total calories. They are a risk of pushing people into disordered eating or unnecessary restriction. We don't like being restricted.
Yes. They can do. The annoying thing is, you want to be confident in what you're saying.
But
So
you are, but you're just
sometimes
worried about offending.
No, I don't give a shit about offending.
Oh.
Well, look, I'm trying to be professional. Got the blazer on.
You just said the S word.
I'm not worried about offending people as such. I'm not trying to upset people. But based on being evidence-based, I guess this is just part of the deal. If you've got studies to say, well, hang on a minute, this shows this, that then should put you in a position to be confident. There's always studies coming out, isn't there?
Yes.
That's the thing. So
And
as long as you have...
conflicting. Everyone's always trying to get one up, isn't it? No, this one says this, so therefore that's wrong. That's where you have to look at all of the factors.
You have to be
involved in the
open. I
study.
think that's the biggest thing. You have to be open. Even with studies, even if there's thousands of studies saying this does this.
Yes, well, it's
there
open
will
to
be-
interpretation. It's how you interpret a study as well.
Yes, but there will be other studies that say, no, that's wrong. It does this. So you have to. No, right. Yes, you do. You have to be open. You have to say, not talking absolute. We talked about this before. You can't talk in absolute. You can be confident in your standing that you believe based on the research of this topic and this shows that based on the research.
Yes.
I think to be evidence-based and to be an evidence-based practitioner, you have to be open all the time. You have to say you can't speak in absolute, even though you want to. It doesn't matter how wacky the study is. It doesn't matter how wacky the claims are from the opposing side. That makes sense?
Yes.
It's hard, though. It's tough.
Yes.
It's difficult.
Yes, when you are evidence-based, of course it is, because you've got all of these legit studies.
When people are saying...
Oh, my knee.
When people say stuff like, if you eat the same amount of calories, but you have a high-carb diet, you will put on fat. So you're telling me that if you equate the calories and they're exactly the same, you will put on more body fat if you eat a higher carb diet? Yes.
Who says that?
People.
Charlatans.
Potentially, in my opinion. That's difficult because that's going against the laws of thermodynamics. That's tough.
Do these people know about thermodynamics?
That's not easy to stomach. Yes, these are once again very intelligent people.
Then what? Okay. That's another podcast.
Well, yeah, that is. Anyway, we need to move on. Sometimes when you believe that, and that's your career, it's very difficult to back down. You're all in, aren't you? A lot of these carnivores, for example, some of the bigger carnivores are starting to creep more carbohydrates into their diet. They're starting to have a little bit of fruit here and there, a little bit of honey. Oh, why are you doing that? I feel a bit like shit. What was that? Sorry, what was that? Oh, it's felt a bit shit. Oh, right. But you're thriving, aren't you?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. They'd never admit it.
Well, if
they're feeling like crap, nobody would ever admit it. If you are a fully fledged vegan, so you see all of these people who are dying because they had this really strict vegan diet. Did that person ever turn around and say, I am knackered?
Who are all these people dying? Hang on, be very
Someone
careful.
died. I don't know who.
This is evidence-based.
Oh, sorry. I'm a charlatan.
This is tiring because I'm doing it with you. This is why it's tiring. I have the average person here, which is great. This is useful. But you just say stuff. Yeah. This is the problem. This is why it's difficult. But this is what it's all about.
Exactly.
In a different setting, I might go, well, I'm not too sure about that, Fiona, but I just let it go. Oh, this is it. Oh, God. I need to bring this up quickly. Very quickly. Some guy on YouTube. There we go. I put a clip out from the episode from when we talk about rats.
Yeah.
Artificial sweeteners.
Yeah. Oh, that's coming up next.
Diet Cokes. And you said something along the lines of, well, if you've got a rat, the rat's the size of my little finger. Well, it's probably a bit bigger than that. So that doesn't make any sense, does it? You can't equate that to humans. Right, yes. To a point, but I don't think I really pushed it. I was like, I don't think in the episode I pushed on it. But there was more around it which made sense. If you listen to the full episode, it should make a bit more sense.
Mm.
But then I should have clarified and said, yes, of course, but some of these studies will then change the amount, the dosage, match for humans.
Yeah.
To that effect.
Yeah.
But in this clip, I don't. In this clip, I just go, yeah.
I was kind of saying it in jest, to be fair.
Well, yeah, well, maybe. But it's difficult, isn't it? If you just say that, and you go, oh, well, that's it then. Yeah, it's not the same. If you give the same amount to a human compared to a rat, you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So this person commented, went, oh my God, yeah, you're comparing it to... Oh, where's the comment? I should have had it up. Basically, they weren't very happy because they were saying, oh, well, how can you compare a small rat to a human? Slightly different, isn't it? True, it is, yeah. Yeah. And I had to clarify with the evidence-based stuff and say, based on if you equate the same amount that was potentially causing cancer in some of these rats and some of these rodents, you take that amount and apply it to, say, a human, 70 kg human.
Yes.
It would then equate to, I think it was, to reach that dosage where you might have to start, well, not even be concerned.
I have it here.
Right, we have it in the notes, don't we, Fiona?
Yes.
We have it in the notes. So, yes, this person commented, rats, humans, they're not the same. How can you compare them? Good point. Now, I clarified what we wrote here. Sorry, what I wrote here. I clarified this to the gentleman. And I think they liked the post. So I was like, oh, okay, there we go. But you have to be very careful.
Yes.
Right, gluten, are we all okay for gluten?
We're okay for gluten.
That was okay. It was all right.
Yes, let's talk about artificial sweeteners. Is this myth
very brief,
number 3?
Very briefly, because we have talked about artificial sweeteners before, and we talked about it on the last episode. So we're just very briefly.
So artificial sweeteners, myth number 3. I'm assuming it doesn't say 3 beside it.
We are recording, aren't we? Everything's recording.
Artificial sweeteners. Yes. Myth number 3.
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No strong evidence for insulin spikes in humans from sweeteners. Renwick and Molinari.
That's the study. Oh, yes. Yes, some people will say, focus, Fiona, focus. Does that line make sense?
Yeah. There's no strong evidence
Right.
for insulin spikes in humans from sweeteners.
Okay. So how do you interpret that?
There's no evidence to suggest that. You can get an insulin spike from sweeteners, like you would with sugar.
Right. Okay, yes. Compared to sugar. Right.
It's what it says in the tin, basically.
Okay, fine. Just clarifying.
Okay.
But some people will say something along the lines of drinking artificial sweeteners, having a Diet Coke will trick your body into thinking that you are consuming sugar because it's sweet or whatever the mechanisms that they come out with. And your body will have the same response as if you were drinking a full-fat Coke. It's not the case. That's not what happens.
Okay.
As the line says.
Yes.
No
There's
spiking.
strong evidence.
No spiking. If anything, that is more of a psychological thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes you just need to have the treat. You just need to have the sugar. If you're craving something, but you don't want to have the sugar-ladened delight. You have something that's low in calorie. We spoke about this before, didn't we?
Yes.
It's something that's
you're going to have to treat in the end.
Something that's lower in calories, or you have a Diet Coke. I sort of do fancy a lilt. A good old-fashioned lilt, a full-fat lilt. Oof. Think about that sugar. Oh, okay, I'll just have one of these Diet Cokes then.
And an hour later, you're having your lilt.
Didn't really quite hit the spot. No calories. So you'll still be, in terms of your physiological feelings, if you're hungry, if you're craving something, that doesn't go because you've ingested no calories. Psychologically, you might go, oh, that served a purpose. Physiologically, there's no spiking. That doesn't exist. But you're still craving something. You're still hungry.
Yes, that makes sense.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Great. There we go. Okay. Thank you.
I'm struggling with this word. Noel?
Well, it's in brackets there,
yes,
Fiona.
But I'm trying to figure out how to say it because it sounds like Christmas. Noel. No observed adverse effect level is the highest dose in studies where no harm is observed. ADI, which is the acceptable daily intake, is set 100 times lower than the Noel as a safety buffer. What's aspartame? That's the sweetener.
That's the sweetener, yeah.
For aspartame, the ADI is, squiggly line, 40 mg per kg in the EU.
Okay, yeah. And there's the example.
So, for a 70 kg person, that's 2,800 mg per day, which is equal to 14 to 15 cans of Diet Coke every day for life to even approach it.
Right. Wow.
That's what you were saying.
That's a lot, isn't it, Fiona?
That is a lot, Ben.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
But on the fly, when you're talking about this stuff.
14 to 50 cans. 14 to 15 cans.
No, I'm sure people can do it.
That's a can of Coke an hour.
Yes.
If and more.
I'm sure there's people out there who are doing that.
Yeah, probably.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But the point is adding what do we add in there to really clarify the point? No observed adverse effect level. To add that in as well on top. Yeah?
Yes.
We've added that in, haven't we?
Yes.
Right. The highest dose in studies where no harm is observed.
Yes.
Right.
So no harm was observed.
So we're just nowhere near that.
Yes.
Absolutely nowhere near that.
I'm digesting that information.
Okay.
You're looking at me.
Is it because it's interesting or
No, it is interesting.
You're not too sure what it means?
No, it's interesting.
Right. So this is what I try to clarify to the gentleman.
About the rat man.
Yes.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. It was, you said the rat thing, so I was like, oh, God, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Fiona's put me in it. Okay.
You have to clarify everything I say.
It's tiring. We're already half an hour in. It's tiring, isn't it? It's all great stuff. Great information. It's MNU. It's the best of the best. But it's just, there's just a lot. This is only part one.
Yeah.
Right, okay. We need to get moving.
Overweight people may lean on Diet Coke to justify other poor decisions, but that's a behaviour issue, not the fault of sweeteners. Used properly, sweeteners can reduce calorie intake easily, especially for people struggling with sugar addiction, diabetes or weight management.
Why is that in there? Oh dear. I didn't pick up on that. Sorry. Sugar addiction doesn't exist.
Oh. Well, I read it.
Well, again, be careful. You have to be careful. Be careful. For some people, sugar addiction, to a degree, is a thing.
Yes.
Physiologically, you can't become addicted to sugar.
Okay.
Not the same as you can become addicted to drugs or alcohol.
Mm. But
No, we're not going to get into the dopamine and the rewards center of the brain because it lights up when you take sugar in and all this stuff. That's we've done that before.
Yeah, but
different podcasts.
The reason why you get addicted to alcohol or drugs is because you get the kick out of it. So wouldn't it be the same with sugar? Because you get a kick out of the sugar because of the
yes, but
dopamine,
in terms of a physiological addiction, it's not the same. The body can become addicted to alcohol and drugs.
Yeah.
From a physiological standpoint.
Okay.
When it comes to sugar, it's not the same response.
Right. Understood.
But yes, like you just said.
You'll crave it, but you won't be addicted to it.
Yes.
Yes.
I've said before about how often do you see people spooning from a bag of sugar? How often do you see people sitting here just with the spoon going, oh, God, I just can't go enough of it.
I don't think I've ever seen
And also a lot of foods that have sugar in have also got a lot of fat. Very calorie dense, of course, but a lot of sugar-laden foods are also quite high in fat. It's not necessarily just the sugar alone that's addictive or what you crave.
Is everything else.
Well, if you think of just your average food that is quite high in sugar, away from the natural sugars seen in fruits and stuff like that, if you look at the calories and what else is in that biscuit, that chocolate bar, good amount of fat.
A lot, yeah. Interesting. So peak fear mongering is pretending a 2-calorie sweetener will kill you while eating 5,000 untracked calories a day. It's a good one. Good chat, GPT. Thank you.
Well, again, these are my notes. These are all my bloody notes.
So you keep saying.
Let's just clarify that. I'm not just going, ChatGPT, I've got these lectures here. Can you just make some notes up? These are my notes. These are my notes from the lectures.
Yes.
And my own notes from over the years that I've put in along with the lectures to flesh it out.
Wait for you to see that.
Yeah. Well, you're blown, aren't you? Blown away.
I'm blown away.
Blown away by what I'm saying.
Myth number.
Let me just end on this.
Oh, sorry.
It can be really, really unsavoury. It can be really quite gross when people are saying for someone who might be obese, severely overweight, to not have a Diet Coke, to not have something that might have artificial sweeteners in, because it might give you cancer, because it has the same response in your gut as a full fat drink will. So you're actually in some ways, you're actually better off just having that. It's less dangerous. Really, that's hard to stomach. But who wants to drink water? Who wants to drink water? Water sucks.
I like a bit of squash.
Oh, water's horrendous. So you're asking someone, right, okay, we need to find someone who's severely overweight, right? We need to find ways to start, of course, getting you to move more, but that might not be an option at the moment. So we need to find ways to start reducing your calorie intake. Well, liquids might be one of the first things that you start with.
Oh,
And you've got people out there saying, no, don't, artificial sweeteners. Look at all these studies. No, you'll be better off sticking to the full fat version. Oh, okay. Oh, God. Right. Okay. Yeah. Don't eat that yogurt. Don't eat this. Don't eat that. Oh, added sugar. Oh, artificial. No. Get the full fat version. No, sorry. These people need to lose weight. They need to lose weight or they're going to die. So switching over, and they don't want to drink water because it sucks. So switching over to a low-calorie option that has some sweetener in might actually save their life. Now, this is being extreme.
Yes.
But this is what we're dealing with. It is extreme, isn't it? If you're severely overweight and you're morbidly obese, well, and you want to lose weight to improve your health, in the grand scheme of things, it's not extreme, is it?
I don't know. It's a simple change.
You're saying, what can we make? What changes can we make that might be doable? Can we switch your full fat Coke to a Diet Coke or to a Coke Zero? Can we start there? Because you don't want to drink water because it sucks. Okay, yeah, I can give that a go. No, cancer. Don't do it. As always, it might come out. It might come out.
But NMU...
The evidence might show...
Exactly, we want evidence-based.
It might show that artificial sweeteners across the board are killing people.
But there's no study as of yet.
Carcinogenics, we didn't mention that, but top of the list for carcinogenics. Giving people cancer. The evidence at the moment does not show that to be the case. Okay, God, well, I think we're moving at a decent speed, but
we are considering.
Jeez Louise. I think we'll have to probably miss out on well, let's do organic, even though it's a lot.
Myth number 4. Organic food or a classy distraction. I like that. Organic food, a classy distraction. Organic is no synthetic pesticides, fertilizers, GMOs, or artificial hormones.
Well,
What's a GMO?
I was just thinking of a way to try and summarise what organic means, because I didn't even know what it means. You just hear the word organic and you think, okay, well, sorry, what does that actually mean? What does the word organic mean?
They still use the pesticides, but just
they do.
different ones.
Well, let's get into the notes, shall we? That actually is in the notes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's literally in the notes. Right. That's great. Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic notes.
So natural doesn't mean safe. Cyanide is natural too.
True.
Oh, yeah.
There's this. Oh no! I think it's in the lecture actually. What is it? The natural fallacy.
We've talked about this.
Have we?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We've talked about it at some point of our lives.
Well, you hear something that's natural. You think, oh, that's it. Well, it's healthy, isn't it?
It's wonderful.
It's the best. And there's in one of the lectures, there's an image of all these E numbers. There's a label with all these E numbers on. It's like, oh my God, that looks so scary. Oh my God, what junk is that? Oh God, is that Diet Coke? Oh, is that one of those wanky little low calorie chocolate bars? Oh God. Blueberries.
I love a blueberry.
Yeah. But based on that label, you'd go, well, that's disgusting. Oh my God, that's going to kill me. One lick of that and I'm dead. I may as well just take cyanide. Oh no, it's blueberries.
Right.
Oh, right. I think they're pretty good for you. Maybe. It's fruit.
I love blueberries.
Get your fruit in.
I don't want to eat the blueberries now.
Yeah, if you see the label, yeah, you wouldn't.
Why is it so bad?
No, sorry. Oh dear. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not bad.
But why is the label so bad then?
It's not. The stuff on the label isn't bad. That's the point.
Oh, right. Okay. It's just...
But it looks scary.
Okay.
It looks scary.
Right. Okay. I'm with you now.
But it's blueberries.
Yeah, you got to be all panicked
Now, whatever diet you follow, I'm sure, like these carnivores, a lot of them, they're demonising fruit. That's we are. The landscape now, 2025, is many people are demonising fruit and veg. And that's the standard. Talked about this before. We talked about it. Men, people, men and women, I'm sure. Women, I don't know, actually. I'm sure there is. Go into supermarkets, topless, waving around broccoli, holding bags of oats. This is killing you. Can of Coke, Diet Coke, cancer.
Yeah, but they're extremists.
Yeah, but there's lots of them.
Yeah.
There's many of them.
Yeah. I'm sure there is.
Millions of followers. Because people will get results. Because if they follow these wacky diets, they will lose weight. They will improve their health. We've talked about the diets, the Twinkie diet. If it fits your macros, you can do all this wackiness. And your health markers can still improve. You can still become a healthier person if you follow wacky diets. If your goal is to lose body fat and if you're in a calorie deficit. But it's because they have millions of followers. Millions of people. Lots of people are watching this junk. Who might be severely overweight. Oh, well, I was told that I should maybe cut down on this. I should cut down on my sugar. I should do that. No. Oh, God. Well, yeah. Full fat. Yeah, but someone said about this, I need to get into a calorie deficit or something. Oh, calories don't worry about calories. Calories are stupid. Eat loads of meat. Full fat yogurt.
Pesticides residues on both organic and conventional foods are far below toxic thresholds. Slightly more oxidants, yes, but clinically insignificant unless you're eating wheelbarrows of spinach.
Antioxidants.
Yes.
Yeah, does that make sense?
Yes. Pesticide-free food would rot before it reached the shelf. You want zero chemicals, grow it, eat it raw, and enjoy the parasites.
Yeah, so every food, most foods, there has to be some form of processing.
Yes.
So there's ultra-processed foods. But the word processed, it's processed junk. I don't eat processed stuff. Oh. Unless you swallowed it directly from the hen's arse, it would have gone through some form of processing.
We do buy it from the hen's arse near enough.
Right. Most foods. Some form of processing.
Yes. Of course, your strawberries to
No,
die.
I know, but it's not of course, is it? Yes. Yeah, of course. Of course. It's easy to say, of course.
The blueberries.
What are these chumps talking about?
There's something on something.
Something on something.
Yeah, there's always something on something. There's always, some preservative on it. Has to be.
For a lot of stuff, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, most stuff, it's processed. There's some form of processing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So organic buyers are usually higher income, more active, less likely to smoke. If you sleep 5 hours, move 500 steps and eat clean, you're still not healthy. You're just broke and smug.
Right, does that make sense? I'm just saying, if you are, by all means, if you want to eat, we'll have to do an episode in the future about organic because there's a lot to it. Well, I don't know, is there? There is, but is it actually that interesting? Maybe.
Well, it is interesting.
To a degree, but if you have the means to eat mostly organic, great. No problem. If it makes you feel better, but you're not getting twice the benefits for paying twice as much. You're maybe not paying twice as much, but for paying a lot more, you're not getting a lot more benefits. The benefits are quite small, minuscule in many ways. So if you have the means to do it, and if you just want to buy organic for peace of mind, no problem. Great.
Well, for you.
But again, it's the demonising, isn't it? It's the demonising of non-organic foods. You must buy this food. Yeah, if you can buy organic fruit and veg, yeah, probably. Go for it. If you can't, don't worry about it. Don't shit the bed too much. It's also when it comes to organic and free range and all these labels.
No, there's so many different labels.
Sometimes you don't. Do you know for sure what's going on?
No, you don't.
How
have
how much outside time do the chickens get?
Yeah. But
How big's the space?
It's that docu-series on whatever it is about the fish.
Oh yes.
Oh.
Seaspiracy? Was it Seaspiracy?
Yeah.
I've never actually watched Cowspiracy.
No,
Should probably
I'm
watch
not
that.
watching that.
We should have. Yeah, if we had more, again, just no time. If we had
But
more
yeah,
time, we could have supplemented. We'd have watched all these wacky documentaries.
You don't know what's going on, and you just don't know what's going on in any of them. And if you do have somebody coming to visit a farm, you have noticed that they're coming to visit a farm, so you can actually put these standards in place. You just have to practice them. You always have notice of somebody coming to, their health authorities are coming. We don't know when they're going to come, but they're going to come. Because you have to, because you're showing up on somebody's property. You can't just do a spot check.
Oh, is that not the case?
No, I'm pretty sure.
Well, you can do it in other walks of life. You can just.
Well, if you're visiting a hospital setting, if you're visiting a shop setting, if you're visiting anything like that, you have to give notice. You don't give notice of when you're coming, but you give notice that there is a visit planned.
Right. Okay. I'm not sure. So I'm not too sure.
Might be talking crap. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
But
here we go again.
Here I go again. Open up a whole can of words.
Actually, I'm a farmer.
Actually, I'm not.
Yeah. Sorry, mate. Sorry.
But surely, I don't know. Maybe not. But yeah, nobody knows. Nobody knows. How do I know that they're corn-fed chicken? Well, the yolks are a lot more yellow.
Well, I'm sure they are, but you just don't quite know, dear, for sure. You don't know the exact protocols that are going in place. Yeah. Right, there you go. Is there a line to summarise it? Was that it?
No, there's loads more to go.
Oh, Christ. Well, let's be quick.
The problem is no one agrees on what organic actually means. Are we talking about something grown in your nan's garden with zero intervention? Or are we talking about certified organic food that still uses pesticides, just with a label that sounds nicer? If you believe that there's not a secret government conspiracy trying to poison you through carrots, then the data is clear. The amount of pesticide residues on conventional food is so infinitesimally small.
Oh dear. Ooh,
it's not remotely harmful.
Yeah.
Exposure levels are way below safety limits. And remember, organic food still contains pesticide residues, just different ones. This is textbook majoring in the minors. You take 9 supplements, only eat organic, filter your water, but walk 500 steps a day and sleep 90 minutes at night, and then wonder why you feel like crap. If you think paying twice as much will provide twice the nutrients, think again.
Oh, I said that
friend.
already, yes.
You did say that already.
And of course, if you're doing all that, chances are you're very health-seeking. So you might be, for the most part, doing a lot of stuff that is classed as health-seeking.
Yes.
But sometimes not. If you're not doing the basics again, but you only insist on eating organic food, but you're not walking, smoking, drinking a lot, not exercising.
Kind of a bit about
your diet overall, just because it's organic, is still not the best. Not a lot of protein. Just buying organic won't cut it.
Yes.
How's the light, Fiona? Has it gone a bit dark?
It's coming and going as it
Is it a bit dingy?
No, it's fine.
We're meant to have this striking contrast. You know, me over the darker side and you with the lighter. I don't know if it comes across that way.
Why would you do it that way, Ega?
Okay, we need to... Oh, God. Oh, this is a shame. It's good stuff. There's some good stuff here, but...
Myth number 5.
No, we're going to have to move that. We're going to have to... No.
Is there an optimal diet for health?
Oh, right. Yeah, myth number 5 was personalised nutrition, which we have touched upon before, and we'll have to come back to it.
He's talking about it.
We'll come back to it another time. It's
to be fair, that one's going to be really quick, Ben.
No, it's okay. No, it's fine. Okay. No, we've talked about it before. We did an episode about diabetes and continuous glucose monitors. And we talked about the film Panic Room.
Yes, we did.
Yes. Links in. So if you want to listen to that, there's some stuff about the CGMs and glucose, insulin spikes, all sorts of nonsense. But for now, we're going to have to move on.
So is there an optimal diet for health, Ben?
So what I've done here, Fiona, is I've listed some of the countries and what their recommendations are for exercise and for dieting and nutrition, which I think is quite interesting.
Yes. So Japan, their focus is to enjoy meals, regularity and balance. Encourages grains, yes, white rice, cereals and portion structure. Emphasizes on cultural eating habits, not food fear. Why it's good? It's practical, simple, built around routine, balance and not demonizing carbs. Eat rice, don't panic, just stop eating shit all day and calling it a lifestyle.
That was ChatGPT.
That's good.
Potty mouth.
It is. It's learning from you.
Norway. Norway's, this is good. This is probably the best one.
So Norway, find the right balance between how much energy you consume through food and drink and how much energy you use by being physically active.
Like, bloody hell. That's it, isn't it? That's it. They've nailed it.
Eat fish for dinner 2 to 3 times per week. Fish is also a great filling in sandwiches. Choose water as a thirst quencher. That's very basic, isn't it?
Yeah, it can be low, can't it?
Yeah.
It can be. It can be very basic if you want it to be.
Sweden. Notably... Oh, what?
Sweden.
Sweden.
Yeah.
How do you say it? Sweden.
Yes, that's fine. Yeah, great.
Notable for rejecting low fat and embracing high carb, high fat in official advice.
No, hang on, sorry.
Notable for rejecting low fat and embracing low carb, high fat in official advice.
No, that's wrong though, isn't it? That's wrong. Fucking ChatGPT. Sucks. Rejecting low fat. Well, no. Idiot. So you got to check this stuff sometimes. Takes my notes and butchers them. It's rejecting low fat and embracing low carb, high fat. Well, which one is it, buddy?
Oh, which one is it?
Yes, low carb, high fat, Sweden.
Right, you just do the first line because it's confusing me now.
Right, low carb. So low carb.
Just say it, Ben.
Low carb, high fat.
Low carb, high fat.
That's what Sweden are advocating for, which is dubious.
For rejecting or embracing?
They are embracing higher fat and lower carb diets.
Right. Notable for embracing lower carb, high fat in official advice. Eat fish 2 to 3 times per week. Limit red and processed meat.
Fine.
Pushes rapeseed oil and Keyhole branded products. Why it's mixed. Low carb, high fat focus isn't backed by long-term data across populations. It's still overly focused on oil swaps and branding nonsense. The same country that sells cinnamon buns,
I don't know what this is.
by the bucket, now wants you to eat lard and call it balance. Cheers, Sweden.
Yeah, I should have taken that out. I don't know. Are they known for selling cinnamon buns?
Was
that a
that
thing?
ChatGPT?
Yes.
That is so you. Cheers, Sweden.
Is that... Yeah, sorry. Is Sweden known for selling cinnamon buns by the bucket load?
I don't know. I don't eat.
Right. You have to be careful. It's saying ChatGPT. This is... Again,
Yeah,
just to
it's
confirm,
got its claws out.
this is based on MNU, evidence-based research, evidence-based practice, my notes.
ChatGPT has
ChatGPT,
an
I just
attitude.
allow it to sometimes just say some stuff. So, cinnamon buns in Sweden, not sure. Someone clarify
I
that,
don't think
please.
it likes the Sweden diet.
Do we need to do America?
Yes.
America's okay.
Yes, of course.
We just need
USA.
to-
Half your plate equals fruit and veg.
Fine.
It pushes low-fat dairy still.
Not good.
Vary protein, go for the whole grains. Cut sodium, saturated fat, added sugar. Why it's a mess. Heavily influenced by industry lobbying, outdated low-fat obsession, and still shovels low-fat yogurt in every corner.
Shoves.
Yeah, and still shoves.
Yeah.
The country that's
ChatGPT.
The country that deep fries cheese is still pushing skim milk as the answer.
It's the low fat stuff, isn't it? I think overall it's fine. It's okay. It's the low fat. It's this whole low fat product. Just, yeah.
Oh, God.
Depends what your goals are, but there's no... The evidence isn't there again. You must go for skim milk. You must
I used to drink skim milk all the time.
have low fat everything.
I don't mind it, to be fair. Just milk.
It's fine.
Watered down milk.
Low fat stuff and skim milk's not a problem, but it's just... To push that across the country as a guidance. It's all about balance, isn't it?
It is, Ben. Tribal populations and context. Why optimal is a moving target.
So do we need to preface some of this? So this is just based on tribes and groups of people around the world
Right.
and how varied their diets are.
Okay.
Some are high carb, some are low carb, high fat.
Okay.
Okay.
So first, the Kitivans in Papua New Guinea. They follow a traditional diet of 69% starchy carbs, mainly yams, sweet potato, fruit and coconut, 21% fat, mostly from the coconut,
Coconut's fat, yeah.
10% protein, which is mostly fish, high in saturated fat, low in processed food, and almost zero dairy or grains. They smoke heavily, but have extremely low rates of obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. Remain lean and insulin sensitive.
Right. Okay. Quite high carb. Like a cigarette.
Did you drink booze, does it say? No, smoke heavily. It doesn't say that.
Not sure about the booze, but yeah, by the sounds of it, in pretty good nick.
Yeah. I can't say it. Inuit.
Inuits?
Inuits? The Inuit. The Arctic ingenuous populations. Indigenous. They follow a traditional diet up to 70% of animal fat. Seal. Whale and fish.
Penguin?
Jesus. No, not penguin.
Yeah, they eat penguins.
They don't eat penguins.
Yes,
Why would
they
they
do.
eat penguins? Who eats penguin? Nobody eats penguin.
Good source of fat.
No, it's not.
Barbecue a penguin.
Ben, stop saying that.
Everyone's got to eat, Fiona. They've got to live off the land.
Well, not of penguins. Very low in carbohydrate, high in omega-3s from marine sources.
Penguins.
Show low rates of cardiovascular disease historically and obesity in
That's
traditional
great,
settings.
isn't it? It's great what you can do if you just live off penguins.
Basically, the key point to take away here is basically the opposite of the Kitivans, yet still healthy. shows that macronutrient split isn't an issue. Ultra-processed crap and lifestyle are.
Oh, again. Ugh.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to be careful, don't you? Because it's ultra-processed and demonising ultra-processed foods. That's not the case. We're not trying to do that.
No.
You can eat ultra-processed foods.
Do as you want, mate. Do what you want.
Within reason, yeah.
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 Your health. The Pima Indians. The Pima? The Pima? 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 The Pima Indians.
Now, this is interesting because it's comparing two different
Yes.
groups.
US versus Mexico.
Correct, yes.
Genetically the same population. Mexican Pima Indians still live traditionally. They are active, eat mostly beans, corn, squash, low fat with high fibre. They have low rates of obesity and diabetes. US Pima Indians in the Arizona. Same genes but adapted Western diet and lifestyle. Sky high rates of obesity, metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes.
Yikes.
So the Pima Indians of Arizona, they traditionally live off the land.
Yeah, this is the same group we've just said.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Yes, by all means, yeah, clarify why they had to
Yes.
start living off a Western diet.
Irrigation waters were diverted upstream in the 19th century and they could no longer grow crops. They then became dependent on government food programs providing white flour, sugar, partially hydrogenated lard and canned goods. They now have the highest rate of diabetes in the Pima Indians.
Is it Pima or Pima? Pima?
Pima, 38%.
Right,
Yes.
okay, well, there you go, yeah. It's long, but this is probably worth...
Is this from Stephen?
Yeah, Stephen Guillenet. Oh, fantastic. The Hungry Brain. Need to read some more of his stuff, but we mentioned the Hungry Brain on one of the episodes. Phenomenal. Lots of science, but really good. Really good. He was on oh no, what's the guy called? Oh God. Oh no, Gary Tubbs.
Gary Tubbs.
Well, Gary Tubbs is one of the people that talks about the insulin hypothesis and talks about if calories are matched,
Remember those
high
podcasts we listened
high
to?
carb
Very
diets, you will
interesting.
put on more body
Huberman.
fat. You'll put on more fat. Oh, Huberman.
He had some interesting things.
No, Huberman's fine. Huberman's fine. He just talks about everything.
Mm.
Like he's an expert in everything.
Yeah.
Very intelligent. So I get it. And if you build an audience as big as his, it almost gives you the right to, in your mind, think, oh, well,
Human
I'm an
says
expert. People want to listen to me. I'm going to just talk about absolutely everything. And some of the people that he gets on as well.
Dubious.
Just
What about Chris?
utter charlatans.
Hello, friends.
They're different.
So this is from Stephen Guinesh. The Pima...
Stephen Sorry.
Stephen.
Did I call him Stephen? I'm hoping I called him Stephen Gear now. I hope I got his name right because that's poor. Did I call him Stephen?
No,
I have to go back
think
and
you
watch
did.
that.
I
I
think
apologise.
you did.
Stefan, I apologise.
Stephen.
It's because of you. It's because you and your filthy mouth. Oh, it's contagious. Hideous. And I'm just wary of time when you start talking about Huberman. I'm not talking about Huberman. Shut
Sorry,
up.
I just want to do a side
Huberman, that's a
note.
different star.
A side note. Stefan Guinesh.
Stefan Guillenet. We need to back to the Pima. Let's get this done. This is good. This is good from Stefan.
Okay. I just need a
So
moment.
much to edit. Horrendous. How much more we got left? Oh my God.
I'm trying here. The Pima are canaries in the coal mine where we can learn a lot from them. Their health problems resemble those of other poor Americans and wealthier ones also to a lesser extent. This is because they are both eating similar types of things. The problem is creeping into society at large. However, as we trelly more and focus on processed wheat, corn, soya and sugar and less on wholesome food. Obesity in the US has doubled in the past 30 years and childhood obesity has tripled. Diabetes is following suit. Life expectancy has begun to diminish in some poor parts of the country. Meanwhile, our diet is looking increasingly like Pima reservation food. It's time to learn a lesson from their tragedy.
Okay, yeah, nice.
So key point from that. Same genes, different outcome. It's not the DNA, it's a supermarket and a car culture.
Oh, again, God, ChatGPT. God, he's really put me in it, this episode.
Genetic loads the gun, environment pulls the trigger.
Yeah, we've done that loads of times.
Yeah, we have.
Of course, genes. We've talked about genes. They can have genetics. They can have a big input. But in this case, it's very much environment.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, I never knew about the Pimas. Pima.
No, but it's just good. It's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting to go across different tribes and different groups of people to see. Just confirms, isn't it? Seeing these people, seeing what they're eating across the world.
Well, Japanese and the Chinese, they have quite rigid, well, not rigid, but their diet is kind of just based on rice and stuff. And they're all very slim. Well, not all, but you know what I mean. It's just side note, thinking out.
Japan, yeah. They're pretty, I would say, the average Japanese person is reasonably health-seeking.
Yeah.
They had a big thing, didn't they? We talked about this very briefly.
Yeah, I remember I was talking about it. That's what triggered my memory.
Was it post World War II? Was it? No, sorry. No, it would have been pre-World War II, wouldn't it? Before all the atrocities.
Yeah.
They had a big turnaround. They were like, we need to, because their nation was very unhealthy.
Yes,
we need to have a look at this. And by God, they looked at it, all right? They caused all sorts of mischief for a few years. Holy hell. Oof.
So, what's this? Is this a myth or what? Health at any size and body positivity. That's not a myth, is it?
No, this is about optimal health. We need to get a shift on now.
Yes, we're 7 out of 10, Ben. And the last page is nearly empty. So, health at any size and body positivity. What actually matters? What's true? There are people with higher BMI who show normal blood markers, good metabolic health, active lifestyles. These are outliers. They exist, but they are not the majority. The problem. What's the HEAS?
Health at any size.
The HEAS message was meant to shift focus from thinness to behaviours. But the nuance got lost, and you're fine as you are became the default message. Then weight loss drugs showed up, and half the industry suddenly bailed on body positivity. Turns out a lot of people were body positive until Wegovy got approved. Randy, South Park. See ya.
Oh, have you seen that Viola? Yeah, I just put that in, yeah. Well, it's true, isn't it? It's true. More along the lines of the body positivity movement. Lots of celebrities, lots of famous people. Oh my God, babe, you be any size you want. You're healthy, you're good, you're thriving. No, maybe not. But
then it was the extreme, because remember back 1990s, maybe 2000s, you had all of these shows on the TV, and I remember her,
Biggest Loser,
Tyra Banks.
Oh yeah.
She was literally, there was somebody who might have been a pound over 8 stone, this tall thing, skinny as could be. She was just like, you're fat.
All right.
You're fat. And these were
I think
unhealthy
Tara
people.
also had her own struggles with weight, didn't she?
Yes, but we had like the lollipop heads. Remember Mary-Kate and Ashley Oslin? They were known to be lollipop heads because they were so skinny, their heads were actually too big for their body.
Yeah.
So we've gone from that extreme to now this extreme, whereas be whatever size you want to be.
Yeah, doesn't ever seem to be any middle ground.
There's no middle ground.
Hard to just get that middle ground. We won't name the celebrities because
it's a trend.
We're getting,
isn't it?
With the MNU backing, we're getting more famous. So I don't want these celebrities who might have been on the bigger side, who are all about body positivity. You can be any size you want, babe. Yeah, maybe. Are you healthy though?
Yes.
Chances are, we've talked about the outliers. There will be people that, by the looks of them, you think, oh, well, okay. Do they exercise? What's their diet like? And they could be. They could be very healthy, very health-seeking. Genetics, other things are playing a role. If you see someone walking down the street, you have to be very careful with this, don't you? Very careful. How do you put this? If you see someone who looks to be overweight, smoking, drinking alcohol, you think, Okay. Chances are, if you went up to them and went, "Oh, would you would you say you're health seeking? Do you exercise? Do you move? What's your diet like?" It might not be too good. They might not be moving that much. The diet might not be the best. Fiber's low. Low protein. But going back to lots of people raving about or glorifying the fact of you can be any size you want. Don't worry about it. And like we said,
Yes, you can be, but are you healthy?
weight loss drugs came along. See ya. That's from South Park. There's a bit where he joins a band. Have you seen that one? Randy joins a boy band.
Yeah.
I joined a boy band and I just had to say goodbye to everyone. See ya. Just goes along, says goodbye to the wife.
We quite like South Park over
family.
here.
See ya. That's literally what it was, wasn't
What
it?
is it? That's Family Guy with the B. That's a good one. To fly, I mean.
So, yeah, it's the body positivity movement. In some ways, not a bad thing. But a lot of the people that were top of the pile have fucked off. See ya. They've gone. The second they got a chance to lose a bit of weight, they're off. All right, okay. What about everyone else then? Who aren't in a position to take these weight loss drugs? Can't afford personal trainers. Right. Oh dear. That's not very good, is it?
Yeah.
Is there a better way of saying that, Fiona? Is there a better way of linking that into health at any size?
I don't know. Well, it's just, yes, be whatever size you want to be, but the question is, are you healthy? That's it. That's all you have to say.
Yeah, that's pretty much, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Just going around the houses.
Yeah.
Right.
Just hit the nail on the head. Is weight loss always necessary? No, not always. But also, not pursuing it doesn't mean you're healthy. Many people would benefit more from eating more fibre, getting stronger, improving sleep, managing stress, regular movement.
Is that the same stuff, isn't it?
It's the same crap, different day.
Well, it's not crap. It's good stuff.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
But it's the same stuff. It's for a lot of people that feel like they need to lose loads of weight. Maybe. But it's about also adding stuff in. Losing weight and getting healthier, automatically, you might associate that with removing things. Removing things that you enjoy and adding things in that suck. So I have to cut down all the foods that I love. They all have to go. Put those in the bin. I have to exercise. I have to go to a gym. I hate that. No wonder people don't do it. Remove all the stuff that keeps them going, that makes them feel a little less shit every day, and add in all the stuff that they hate, that they've actively avoided all these years.
So all of these improvements, by moving faster, whatever Ben just said, can lower blood pressure, improve insulin sensitivity, reduce inflammation, improve mental health, all without focusing on the number on the scales. You see that all the time. You've got somebody who's very obese, or obese, doesn't have to be very obese, and they've got chronic pain in their knees, and they're advised to lose weight. They lose their weight, their knees get better. Because obviously you think of all the weight and all the pressure you're putting on your knees.
So many people. So many people that are,
you see it all the time.
Overweight, that are in pain. And a lot of time it's behaviour. You've got to move more and eat less. You've got to move more and eat less. Come on. It's easy.
If you're carrying around an extra 3 stone of weight, that's going to have an impact on your breathing as well. You'll be panting more when you're walking around. You'll find it harder to walk.
But it's not easy, is it? It's not easy to do that.
So
it's
hard.
not easy to say you have to do all these things. You have to start maybe thinking about removing some of the stuff that you enjoy, that gets you through the day, and adding in stuff that you hate. But I do find that it is a lot easier to work with people who aren't obsessed with a number on the scale.
Well, yeah.
It's all well and good if you have a lot of weight to lose, or your goal is to lose weight. Yes, there's no problem with having a number in mind, but then you become fixated on it, and then if you don't reach that number, in my experience, you don't reach the number, then it's like, oh well, that's what's point of that then.
You're deflated, and you give up.
So coming into a goal of losing weight, but not worrying about how much weight you're losing, for a lot of people, could be very beneficial. And let's try and add in as much as possible. Let's try and add in as many things as possible that are manageable, that are doable, that don't completely suck, instead of removing 25 things on day one. Well, hang on. So what have we got left, Fiona? What have we got left? Holy hell. Do we need all that? Set it load. I should add that a lot of people who might be overweight will find themselves they're actually quite strong. So starting to lift weights, getting in the gym, pretty good. They can shift some serious weight around. They're strong.
I'm not.
Their joints and ligaments are taking a bit of a pounding, potentially. But in terms of how strong they are, yeah.
Why is that?
Well, they're carrying that mass around.
Yeah, I suppose, actually, yeah. There is a need for tools to identify potential responders to weight loss treatment and to evaluate who will benefit from this treatment in terms of cardiometabolic risk at the level of the individual.
Finding ways, like we've touched upon, it's an individual experience.
So not everyone will benefit the same way from the same intervention. And that's fine.
Yes. Okay, there is more there, but I think that's an okay amount. Do we need to speak about anything else?
What about the weight stigma of real harm?
I don't know, you tell me. Is that interesting?
Well, it's only half a page.
Okay, fine, yeah. Finishing off. Skip that bit. Just start with weight stigma. Holy hell.
Weight stigma increases stress, worsens health behaviours, and leads to poorer outcomes even when BMI is controlled. Leads to avoidance of medical care, increased disordered eating, physical inactivity, and increased allostatic load. The allostatic load is the accumulated wear and tear on the body caused by chronic stress and repeated physiological strain. So stigma itself becomes a physiological risk factor independent of weight. You're told your weight is the health risk, but it might actually be the shame, the stress, and the way you're treated for it. Very good.
That is pretty good, yeah. That's worth adding in. Again, we could probably speak about that in more depth, but time's ticking. Anything to add on that, Fiona? The whole point of this is for you to read the notes. Now, it might be just me being lazy, but one, I am the talent, so I have to conserve my energy. But it's for you to read the notes and for you to go, that is interesting.
Well, the allostatic load is very interesting.
Let's talk about that in more detail.
But I like the way you put it in layman's terms for me there. It's good.
Okay.
Thank you. So
anything to say about that?
No.
It was just to differentiate between solely body fat, weight, and what that can lead to. Not just not exercising as much, not having a great diet, not having a balanced diet, but also all the other stresses and strains that it puts on you, which then make you avoid trying to do something about it. Yes? No?
Yes.
Nothing else to add?
No.
No?
It's, interesting. I don't know what you want me to say
Okay,
about
I just thought you might want to say some stuff.
Right, Ben, get your logo out.
Right, nothing else.
Tell us the MNU way of optimal eating, please.
Okay, we've moved on.
Go on, hit me.
Okay, yep.
Oh, am I reading it?
Yeah, why not? Well, you've done it all up to this point.
Yeah, I know, I'm knackered.
Do we even need to write this? Do we even
you're
need...
doing the MN...
No, do we even need to write this, say this? Do we need to? Because it's the same stuff again.
Yes, but
all right.
Repetition is key. MNU way of optimal eating is essentially less westernized or industrialized. Limited ultra-processed foods, limited refined carbohydrates, limited intake of trans-processed fats. Emphasis on whole food sources of unsaturated fats. Eaten in line with activity levels, varied and flexible. Plant-focused fibre variety. How do you say that word?
Variety?
Yeah, with or without meat and fish, but with a focus on adequate protein. But with a focus on adequate protein. Food, not too much, mostly plants.
Did that on the last one.
What?
That quote. But yeah, it's fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Pollan, yeah. Yeah.
Am I reading about flexible dieting by Alan Aragon?
Alan Aragon?
Aragon, yeah.
Alan Aragon.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Very good in the nutritional space. Evidence-based. He has his own monthly research summary. Oh, what's it called? Sorry, Alan, but he's good. Flexible dieting, read his book. Consumed a lot of his material.
The general public is utterly confused about what to eat for 3 main reasons. 1. Everybody eats and thus feels a sense of authority over this domain. 2. Dietary misinformation abounds in the mass media.
Abounds
In the mass media due to highly biased and or unqualified people with large audiences, charlatans. 3. The public lacks scientific literacy. Scientific literacy, which is the ability to discern scientifically valid information from hype and speculation, is important for navigating your way through the minefield of misinformation. Oh, he's good.
Good, Alan. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot to get into on that, but yeah.
Oh.
Everyone eats. I've said this before, haven't I?
Yes.
Everybody eats, so everyone's got an opinion.
Sure, why wouldn't I?
It's other subjects. It's hard to sometimes have an opinion, but we do live in a society now. We live in a world where everyone can, and they choose to have an opinion on everything, on every topic, because they've read something on Twitter. Or they've skimmed an article and they would genuinely make an argument for something they have absolutely no idea about. And they would treat that person like an idiot if they go, well, actually, I have done a lot of research on this and I do this and I do that. Yeah, but you don't follow this person, do you? Have you not read that? Look at this. Look at this article.
But that's just defence, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's MNU, evidence-based practice. Yeah. Well, you should know then, shouldn't you? That sugar kills. Artificial sweeteners gives you cancer. You should know this then. Right. Where have you got this from?
Your man from TikTok.
ChatGPT. That's why I have to be very careful because, a lot of people. ChatGPT. Great resource, but does talk a lot of crap as well. You have to be very careful with ChatGPT.
I see.
Even when you're feeding in notes, even when you're feeding in evidence-based studies, research.
It's not always 100%.
Lecture slides. Still comes out with just crap.
Can you imagine life without ChatGPT now?
Well, you get by, yeah. It just shortens things. It can make doing this sort of thing a little bit less tedious. I'd spend even longer putting all the notes together. But maybe I should because it keeps creeping in with its random line. It's
they're great though. Oh no, some of them are quite good, but you know straight away that it's not you.
You have to be careful though.
But it sounds like you, but it's not you.
Yes, but that line, sugar addiction, well, where's that come from? Maybe I wrote something along the lines of, sugar addiction, it's not, physiologically, it's not a thing. Maybe I wrote it along the lines of that and then it just ignored that. Went, sugar addiction, you have to be careful with sugar addiction. Oh no. Oh dear. But it's a term that a lot of people use. A lot of people will say they are addicted to sugar. And this is the thing, isn't it? As Alan just said, this is the thing. You have to be, people aren't, talked about this on the last episode, people aren't reading the research. I've just started to properly get into the research and try and read it, doing MNU. The average person's just not doing it. I don't blame them. It's dense. A lot of it's boring.
Yes.
Not good. Just this.
Doom scrolling. We don't like that, do we? I do it. But anyway.
It's hard, isn't it? You just do that. And then 4 million followers. Broccoli kills you. Sugar's addictive. Oh my God. Look. 4 million followers. Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of his stuff. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's right. He's so right. Tracy, have you seen that sugar's addictive? Is that Diet Coke? Idiot. Yeah.
That
some
was
good
very
information.
interesting. I like the PMA stuff.
Still rush through it, but it's not bad. It's not bad.
Not bad going, Ben.
It's not bad. It's trying to keep it on topic. It's hard because you want to get into stuff. You want to flesh it out.
But sometimes being short to the point is key.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But when it's evidence-based, you want to be very careful. I don't want more people. I don't want to put the course in disrepute. MNU. I want to be very careful.
But you haven't graduated yet, so you're okay. You're only
No, but I want to be very careful like the guy. As long as I have the backing there to put in the comments.
What I'm saying.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Right.
So we didn't do a film.
No.
We didn't do a film.
Well, actually, it is classified as a film. Just to let you
It's a
know.
documentary, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's a documentary film.
Right.
So.
Did we summarise optimal health?
You can go back and do that because I'm getting really hungry now.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Those
So
gremlins.
basically there isn't anything, is there? There's no diet, it seems. There's no specific diet that you can follow for optimal health. All the same things apply throughout any
Exactly.
diet you follow.
Yes.
Okay, great. Brian Johnson.
Don't Die, the man who wants to live forever.
Brian Johnson.
So we watched a film on him, or the documentary film. So it explores Brian Johnson's extreme lifestyle and experimental medical treatments to defy aging.
Sorry, is there a problem? A roll of the eyes. What's the...
If I was a millionaire, I would not be spending my money like that. Multi-millionaire.
No, as I said right at the start of the show, I'm glad that people like Brian Johnson exist. I'm glad he's doing what he's doing. Why not? Why not? Now, there's some things, and we can get into the fact that he started to sell like the blueprint and the supplements.
Of course he did. He's probably running out of cash.
Like 30 quid a bottle. It's like,
Of course he did. He's running out of cash.
no, I think he's probably all right. I think he's probably got enough in the bank. I think he's doing okay. With the supplements and all the investments I'm sure he's made, I'm sure he's okay.
Right. Well, my main question, and you've got it written down here, but my main question is on this film docuseries on whatever his name is.
Just one. Is this one of them? It's not a series.
My main question is, how does he know what's bloody working? He's doing so many different things.
That's
gene therapy, 91 plus pills, all sorts of medications, rapamycin.
I think he stopped that, actually. I think he has stopped that. I think it wasn't doing him much good.
It wasn't making him live longer. Well, there was probably so many different contraindications from all the other shite that he's taken.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, my God. Charlatan.
God, I hope Brian... Well, now be careful.
Maybe take that bit
Be
out.
careful.
But I just
Brian,
don't.
please, come on the show. Let's discuss.
How does he know what's working?
This is the hard part,
He's
isn't
putting
it?
so much shit into his body.
This is the tricky part.
He's doing hair follicle stuff. He's doing
Well, the
skin
hair
stuff.
follicle stuff. Like,
Light
keep wearing his
machines.
helmet. That's fine. Keep doing that.
He can't bloody go outside in the sunlight.
Well, he does go outside.
Yeah, but he can't sit out in the sun, can he? He needs light machines and all sorts because of all of... I don't know what he's doing.
Right.
Oh.
Right, where do you start then? Yes, okay, so you mentioned that. So many different interventions at the same time. Has a whole team, but still must be hard to see what's working based on only trialling on himself. One of the guys in the documentary did mention that there's a tame trial about metformin,
Right.
which is apparently is good for anti-aging, which Brian is taking. And then he's reached out and other people have reached out to ask Brian to donate towards this tame trial so more people can take metformin and see what happens. And he didn't. But it's one of those things, isn't it? It's like, well, yeah, okay. But he's doing it. It's his money. I've listened to a bit of his stuff, and he does come across as someone who's doing it for the greater good. He does try and put that across. He wants to make this stuff more accessible in the future, so more people can have it and can start taking some of this stuff, which will then make it more affordable for the world.
Yeah, but it's
To a
going to be a
degree.
very, very long time before something like that is affordable to the world.
Yes, exactly.
Plus, he doesn't know what exactly is working.
No, I know, but I think he's just saying that he's a very intelligent guy. Clearly, he's a very intelligent guy, but I think for the most part, he's just saying that really. He might start donating more money and helping fund more research and more studies, more clinical trials. But I think it's very much just about him and his family and his son. I think he's very much just doing it for himself, which is absolutely fine.
Mm.
He doesn't need to do that. If it turns out that he can also in the future help other people, and which also then ultimately the goal is himself. If funding these trials can help him figure out what's worth taking, great. I'm sure he'll do it. But even then, it's based on the individual.
Mm.
So even if metformin, if he does fund this trial and people start taking, thousands of people start taking different drugs that are meant to be good for anti-aging, it depends what the trial is. I guess with metformin, if it's just metformin, then you'll get some half-decent feedback based on the results from however many people are in it.
Yeah, but he's never going to be. He'll be doing trials for absolute years because he's doing so much different things.
It's going to cost him a lot of money. Yeah, I guess that's the issue. It's going to if he wants to start trialing all of these drugs that he's taking, or even 2 of them, 3 of them, it's
but even his
his
gene replacement therapy or whatever he was doing, and when I last seen it, that's hundreds of thousands of pounds to do that.
I think he's worth about 400 million.
Yeah, but there has to be a point where he's going to run out of money because he's trying so many different things. I don't think so. He's paying for the gene therapy for himself, his father, and his son.
Yeah. Yeah, but he is making money.
Oh, yeah, true.
If he was just even if he was just spending his money that he made from selling his business, I think he'd be all right.
But he's got no life. His life is so regiment.
Yeah, but
I suppose he's living for what he's doing. So I suppose that is his life, isn't it? So I get that.
Yeah, but this is the thing. And I'm there with you, Brian, to a degree. I'm there with you. His life was miserable. He was miserable. This isn't an average person who's just lived a bit of a so-so life, did a job that he hated, made enough money to pay his bills. He's been very successful. He's made a lot of money, more than the average person will ever make in their numerous lifetimes. But he was fucking miserable. So all the stuff that he was doing, that society says, you must do this, you must provide for your family, you must try and make as much money as possible. La 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 la. He was miserable the whole time. I'm sure there's times where he wakes up and thinks, oh, Christ. He's human, maybe. Still, currently.
I don't think he is.
So I'm sure there's many times. The fact that he stops eating at 11 a.m. Oh, bloody hell. He's putting a shift in. So 2,000 calories, I know that must be done based on his team and based on the feedback, that for him is optimal. But he must be in a constant calorie deficit. So it's almost like, Brian, you seem like you move quite a lot. You train several times a week, by the looks of it. I think you could probably get away with bumping up your calories, couldn't you? At least go to maintenance.
He probably has to keep it a certain weight though or something, doesn't he? Well, no, because he'd be losing weight all the time.
Or he must be, based on I don't know what he weighs and his height, but I'm pretty sure 2,000 calories based on his activity levels. I think that would be putting him in a deficit. It must be putting him in a deficit.
At least
so I think you could bump that up a little bit, Brian. And the fact that he's vegan, but that's through choice, which is, that's good. I'm glad that he's not saying, oh, well, of course, optimal health, you have to be vegan. Because his son, what was his son called?
Talmide.
Talide. Oh, have a look quickly. Oh, dear. But his son is an omnivore. So that was good. I'm glad that all the stuff that he was coming out with, he didn't say, oh, well, of course, everyone needs to be a vegan. They must be plant-based. All right, fair enough. Good.
Talmage.
Right. Yeah. Talmage. God. Brian again. Apologies. It's been a long episode. We've got through a lot. So
we have, my little brain.
He was a Mormon, so he left the Mormon church and found a new religion in health and himself. Well, that was quite good.
He's got the same name as the Liver King, Ben.
Oh yeah, what are the chances? What are the chances of that? Yeah. If it was ever a charlatan, it's the Liver King. Oh boy. Yeah, shame we didn't watch that documentary. There's one recently out about the Liver King.
We can watch it later.
Could have compared the two, but an awful bloke.
The naked photo shoot. Imagine your son walking home. I never know what I'm going to walk into. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Oh, maybe move to the slight left. Oh, his dangler just poked out.
Well, look, what's he, 47? He's looking pretty good.
He is looking young. I have to give him that.
I would just say, Brian, just get those calories up. Still finish eating at 11 a.m. if you want. Not great, is it? But I think you could get away with upping your calories a little bit.
What's with the white vests? The three of them.
Oh, it was lovely.
The white vest
Well, it
trio.
was for the photo shoot, wasn't it?
Yeah, but they're all wearing them and they all look very odd in them. And they're all just very odd.
Right.
Just an odd scene. I don't know.
Not the best. It's not the best.
No, it's not the best.
What else have we got here? Organs speak for themselves. Oh. Yeah, okay.
So you don't let your brain decide what to eat. Your organs pick your food. Your organs pick your food.
No, hang on.
You.
No, did he say that?
Yes.
It sounds woo-woo, but is he not basing it on how they're aging and what they're reacting to?
Yeah.
That's what he's not. Yeah.
He's not saying, oh, my heart today fancies a, I don't know, burger.
Oh, there was something actually in the lectures in the last episode which I forgot to touch upon. Wackiness about eating based on the shape of your organ.
Huh?
Yeah, it's a thing.
Kidney bean
Yes.
in the shape of kidneys.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Nonsense. Yes. Silliness like that. Right. Anything else, Fiona? Oh, I know you're very hungry. Oh, very hungry. Chronological age versus the biological age.
Yeah.
So his heart's 37 and then
Yeah.
his left ear's 64.
But who's... So what's the point in living forever if you're going to be deaf?
He keeps saying about he doesn't want to live forever. He just doesn't want to die. Don't die. He doesn't want to live forever. I just don't want to die.
Yet.
Yes.
Because he will get to a point where he will want to die. Surely.
I'm interested as to what he's trying to achieve with how he's going to look. So he's trying to achieve looking as young as possible. So chronologically, he can't stop himself aging. But then he is trying to do that though, isn't he, as well? He is trying to...
he's doing the skin...
No, hang on. Is he trying to do... No, he's not.
Yes.
It's only biologically.
So at the minute, we age... Every 12 months, we age 12 months. At the minute, he's aging. He's taken 4 months off.
So he's trying to chronologically stop the aging.
Yeah.
And biologically.
No, he's not trying to stop the aging. He's trying to lower it, reduce it.
Right.
So when he's 78, he'll have the body of a 60-year-old. When he's 120, he'll have the body of a 90-year-old.
Yes.
He's just trying to get
so
it down.
chronologically, it's always... The age is going to be the age.
Yeah.
But biologically, all the stuff that he's trying to do, that's the point.
Mm.
But I don't think organ regeneration's not there yet, is it?
No.
So even though he can start doing all this stuff and some of his organs will be, like his heart, for example, 10 years younger than his chronological age, it's still aging.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's what he's trying to get across. He doesn't want to die.
But he's willing to die trying.
He will die. He will die eventually, but he's just going to get a lot more years out of life.
Yeah, but he's kind of contradictory because he doesn't want to die, but he's willing to die trying to reduce his age. Because he said that at the beginning.
Yes, well, that's fine.
Said,
Well,
it's going to be for a purpose.
He's got to experiment, hasn't he? Yeah. He's got to take all this stuff, which, yeah. But then as he's got a whole team, I'm sure if something is going horribly wrong, his team of people will catch it in time to go, oh, yeah, he's
having blood tests every day.
This isn't working, so we need to get rid of this. Yeah, you can probably slow visible aging. I've got here, skin, energy, muscle, more than the internal aging, the wear and tear of the organs, right? I like the idea of dying at 120, but you look 70.
Mm.
And you're still functional, you're still moving around at that age. You're still able to do pretty much everything that you do. It's just that your body has just given up. You still look and feel and move if you were half your age. It's just that we're not at the point yet, but this is what? It's worth sticking around for, isn't it? For him and everyone else.
Mm.
Well,
he's too far into it now to give up, so he has to keep taking it to the next level and the next level. But it's going to get to a point where there is not going to be a next level because they've exhausted all options because they're throwing everything into it.
But it's worth sticking around, isn't it? It's worth being around. Look after your health.
Yeah.
The next 10, 20 years. It's worth being around just out of interest. You may never be in a position to do what Brian's doing, but just see what happens.
Mm.
I'm glad he's doing it, as I keep saying. I'm glad he exists. But it would be nice if you could live a little longer, but it's the quality. The quality improves. That's the thing. So you might live to 110, but your body, chronologically, you're 110, but your body feels like it's 70. Great. So up to your dying day, you're still moving around. You're still able to do everything you want to do. And you feel pretty good. Yeah.
Yes.
That sounds pretty good to me.
Mm.
I just don't know how long it's going to take for everyone to have access to what Brian's doing. Or just one.
It won't be in our generation anyway.
A snippet as to what Brian's doing. But then hopefully it turns out that whatever supplement he's taking, you don't need to be taking 100. It might be 3 to 5 that are, for a lot of people, the thing that you need to be taking. So it might be accessible.
Mm. Or maybe they'll just do a master one.
The more he does, the more he finds, okay, for me personally, these are the 3 to 5.
Imagine waking up though and taking 56 pills. Can't take
No,
one.
I'm there with you, Brian. We should do it. We should get him on the show. We should do an episode. It's interesting. Like we've said before, a lot of the stuff that he's doing, I think, it is backed in research, But a lot of that research, again, and a lot of the studies and a lot of the things that have gone into it is done in rodents.
Yeah, it says it at the beginning, doesn't it?
Yeah. So it's, again, Brian, I'm there with you. I'm rooting for you, but you need to maybe start funding some of these trials.
Why didn't he do the metformin one? Surely, Scott, that would have been a good one.
Well, because he wants to be in control, doesn't he? It is all about him. And so it should be. It's his money. He's the one doing it. It might sound good for him to say, I want this to be accessible for everyone.
But it's not. It's only ever going to be accessible for people with money.
But yeah, no, but it sounds good, doesn't it? He's getting all this
what,
wacky
we're going to
stuff.
get it on the NHS?
Yeah, but he's getting all this stuff done. He's going to Honduras. He's getting all the, and he's muscle mass went up, 7%? Pretty bloody good. He's getting all this experimental stuff done. He's doing all this stuff. And it sounds good, doesn't it? It sounds good to say, I'm doing this for the greater good. Of course, this is for me and my family. And I want to feel good. I want to live as long as possible. My quality of life. Lifespan versus health span. Health span. That's what I'm focusing on. He's not an idiot. He's a very intelligent guy. And it always will sound good to say, I'm doing it for me, but I'm also doing it for the world. Keep going, Brian.
Keep her lit.
I'm going to follow him now, actually. I'm going to start following him. Might listen to him a bit more.
Good.
It's quite interesting, isn't it?
You do that.
Not sure about your supplements, though. Blueprint. They're quite expensive. Olive oil's like 30 quid a bowl. I don't know, Brian. Not sure, Brian, but hey, you got to make some money. You've got plenty, but there's always more to make.
Exactly.
Okay. Oh, boy. Oh, that's
a job and a half, not for me.
That's going to require some editing. Wow.
Yep.
Okie dokie.
Okay, where can you find Push Pull Health?
YouTube. Full episode. It's turned into a long one.
Very long.
But full episode is on YouTube. Ben, Push Pull Health.
Where can you find MNU? MNU,
macnutrition.co.uk. Oh dear, I should know this. Go on Google. Type in MNU nutrition. It'll come up. It'll be there.
Well, thank you very much. Good night and God bless.
Push Pull Health.
Imagine he's finished eating his 2,000 calories for the day and I haven't eaten one thing yet. And it's 11:15.
Well, he does say, doesn't he, in the episode? He does say in the documentary that it's quite sad. The last bite of his nutty treat.
I haven't had one bite yet.
Yeah, that is quite sad. But he's very busy, isn't he? So I'm sure he...
Imagine how hungry I'd be.
I'd just say, Brian, you move, you work out every day. Give yourself a bit more calories. Up your calories a little bit. I think you'll feel a lot better.
Anyhow, I'm going to eat.
Cheers.
Bye.